Gulf Coast wine scene, and award-winning food entrepreneur.
I know a lot of you want to do your moon pies. Well, I've got some wine suggestions for you. Lemon moon pies, Sauvignon Blanc, Chenin Blanc, Pinot Grigio.
Stuart Red Donald, acclaimed food and travel writer and world-class chef.
I was chef de casserole. I made the casseroles in the frozen food department.
For more than a decade, they've combined their expertise to answer your questions and introduce you to the culinary movers and shakers you want or ought to know. Four-time Taste Award finalists, 13-time Nebby Award losers. They are a dynamic duo of writing. Mike and Stu on FM Talk 65.
Hey, welcome to another edition of the Sip and Chew Show on this beautiful, nice, breezy, cooly, kind of nice,
fallish day, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes,
and
it is.
And let's see, what is today's date? October 12th.
Yes, yes.
Fall is finally here, and once again,
For a little
Bill
while.
Finch is right. Summer ends in Mobile in the middle of October.
There you go. That's
Not what the stupid calendar says. It's
That's
not
right. That's right. So
Yeah.
he is
But,
absolutely.
but like you
absolutely
pointed
right
out
about that.
too, those dates on the calendar do not denote spring, fall, summer, and winter. They denote phases of the sun.
Yeah.
They have nothing to do with season.
And the moon.
Yeah.
And the moon. That's right.
It's
But-
Gumbo Day, though, too, isn't it?
But yes, and what a better day to have National Gumbo Day.
October.
There's really two good holidays. There's National Gumbo Day and National Pulled Pork Day. Both are important down here,
Read your shirt. Don't be rude. ROUXD.
like a
Show
roux.
me that gumbo.
Yeah, this is a shirt I had made for judging gumbo competition over in Fairhope. I've done for the last 2 years. Hadn't
Well,
heard
that's
anything about
ridiculous.
it
They
this year.
usually give you a T-shirt when you judge.
Floribama does, not all of them, but but yes, 2 great days. And today, Stu and I are going to talk about gumbo today.
Oh, okay.
No,
That's going to be a
Oh, okay.
We've said that.
That was a fun show.
that's going to be a subject because I want to tell you, there's things that will cause fights. It's politics, sometimes religion, and gumbo.
And that's stupid
And
for all three of them.
and it is.
But there are no hard rules for gumbo except one:
There's one rule:
okra.
okra. That's it.
That's the only
And
rule.
we're going to be stressing on that today
Yeah.
because people think just throwing in a bunch of pot and maybe adding a little sausage in it and vegetables or
That's jambalaya.
No.
I'm being funny.
Yeah.
But we'll get into
People
that.
use the word gumbo to mean a melange or mix. And that's not what it means.
Mhm.
It's a specific flavor that we're
That's
talking
it. It's a West African word. And
and a native word that was very similar that also meant okra.
there you go. That's it.
There was another word in native. I bet David J. Hubble could help us out if he wants to call in by all means, but I also understand if you're getting ready for church.
Or Gene Fox. You know, our buddy Gene Fox down on the island.
Yeah.
And there's history with gumbo on Dolphin Island. It goes back to the late 1600s.
Yeah. In fact, the history of American gumbo starts at Massacre Island, Louisiana, which we now know as Dolphin Island.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. Anyway, but
Gumbo originates, I'm just taking this off of Mike's Facebook page, from West African languages, specifically the word, is it Kinjumbo? Is that how you,
Well, I don't know. He doesn't speak Swahili.
Gumbo.
Jumbo.
Kingango or gumbo,
Gumbo.
referring to the vegetable?
Yeah.
Okra.
Okra.
Okra was originally what you used to thicken before the French showed up and introduced roux.
Mhm.
So this was a something that was served long before the French had anything to do with it.
Mhm.
Now, I do like the addition of the roux.
Well, you got that, and two, you got the sassafras tree, and they use
Well,
Roux
the
is what?
filet.
the filet.
To clarify, what is roux? ROUX.
Roux is a combination of flour and fat
Mhm.
that is then cooked. It's the base for most sauces. Gravy starts with a roux. Alfredo sauce in the U.S. starts with a roux. Cheese sauce starts with a roux. Macaroni and cheese, first thing you do, you make a roux. Or in Mike's case, you pull a box out of the cabinet.
I don't make mac and cheese. I don't do mac and cheese.
Especially out of a box.
Any-
And, so yeah, it's just a mix of flour and fat that are cooked for an amount of time that is determined by what your recipe is.
Okay, that makes sense.
Etouffee starts with
chicken,
yeah.
chicken grease, you know, if you cook the
Schmaltz.
chicken, yeah, and then you put in the white flour, and then you stir it around with a little milk.
Yeah, and
Yeah, like
what you're wanting to do is cook it long enough to cook the flour to get the raw taste out of it, because it's very bitter when it's raw.
Right.
If you've ever just taken a spoonful of flour, don't take just a spoonful of flour.
No.
But you want to cook that rawness out of it, and which doesn't take very long, a couple of minutes. But the longer you cook it, the more you change the notes of the roux, because then you get into caramelization, the sugars in the butter and in the flour, and the more caramelization, the more flavor, until you get to what New Orleans does, where they just burn it and say that tastes good. But it doesn't. Yeah, I'm not
put pepper in that, and then it'll work out fine.
Yeah, but and they'll tell you got to cook that roux till it's dark brown. Everyone that says that is lying to you. They got a bottle of what's called Kitchen Bouquet.
Not me.
It's called the Cajun Grandmother's Secret,
Mm.
and that is what they get their roux dark with. And it does. That's when it doesn't taste burnt.
Interesting.
With the
Is that
exception of
alcohol?
Jennifer, no.
No.
It's a reduction like tomato paste and a bunch of
Oh,
other
okay.
stuff. It has very little flavor, just on color. Jennifer Bodiford has the only truly dark roux I've ever had that does not taste burnt. Every place in New Orleans that does that extra dark roux, it just tastes burnt.
She did hers on a fire.
Yeah, she's also got a pot that's worth
Yeah.
more than Mike and I make in a year that allows her to cook that roux really slowly without having to worry about it burning. Yeah, it's
Is it a cast iron? Or
Yeah.
Is it, okay.
yeah, I believe so.
My son just did.
I've heard legends of Jennifer Bodiford's.
I do totally different.
Okay.
I do it in a microwave.
He's space age.
I do it in a
I'm
microwave.
listening.
Alvin Brown wanted to know why I do it in a microwave. And I said,
Oh,
well,
okay. How
microwave-
do you do it in a microwave?
microwave distributes the heat more equally around,
And it's controlled. You cook it, what, 5 minutes at a time before stirring?
something like
Yeah.
that.
So you check it every 5
And I
minutes.
put it in there. I put a little flour. I get my grease real hot. When I would do competition, I'd try to get there at 3 or 4 in the morning and start cooking my bacon.
Mhm.
And I start popping beer. And I'm sitting there drinking beer, eating bacon, and all my neighbors, other competing teams, when they get there, I got a pile of bacon for everyone to eat. And then all I need is 5 pounds of bacon fat.
And that's
and then that's when
ridiculous
I
when you
start.
could just go by Roy's and get a tub.
This was before.
Who was home?
So anyway, but the microwave distributes the heat more equally,
Zero.
and it gets hotter than see, the stove and oven have hot spots. Microwave doesn't. It's equally
Grease
distributed.
pops. That's what I'm trying to figure out with the microwave. So how do you?
Well, it does with the bacon, but not when you're heating it up to when there's nothing in it.
Yeah, well,
Then
it's
when I
just
start-
fat and flour. You don't have anything to worry about.
And I put the flour in stages, and I put it back in, and I got a whisk,
Okay.
and I get it to where it's so dark brown, it's starting to look a little black.
Mhm.
But all of a sudden, when you pull it out and the air hits it, it forms a crust on the top, and you punch it like you do with wine.
Mhm.
You just do a punch, and you'll see it looks like a volcano, the smoke just puffing out of the dead center of it.
Hmm.
It's just puffing. And then I'll punch with my whisk and stir, and then create a thick paste. And 5 pounds of bacon be enough make enough of roux for 30 gallons. And in
Wow.
some of those competitions, you got to produce 30 gallons or so for the number of people that show up.
Right.
The more you produce, the better chance you got winning People's Choice Awards. So David Hubble says, I'd love to call in, but I'm driving for the next hour. So far, it's so good, guys. He approves what we're saying.
Woo, yeah. Yeah, we'll expand more on roux in the next segment because there are different ways of doing it.
And I will talk about what wines.
Yeah.
There's actually good wines, a lot of wines too, that you can.
I know what Justin Wilson always recommended with his gumbo. What kind of wine you like, that's what kind of wine goes with the gold.
That's the way I feel. 251-343-0106. It's the call-in line. Call us and ask us questions about God, or tell us about your gumbo.
Or we'll lie to you. How about that?
That's it.
That sounds like a great
Mornings
cheeseburger.
coming up on Monday. Another edition.
So that
of
does sound like a
1021.
great cheeseburger.
Tobias
Cheese
with
meat,
Tobias and
cheese
Comerall
meat,
is in
cheese,
studio.
and
We'll
that's
talk
it.
about the new Amtrak route running from Mobile to New Orleans, and also
I
Teen
got
Safe
the
Driving
one
Week
with Sonic
later this
triple
month.
stackers yesterday.
Monday morning, right
Oh,
here.
really?
on FM
Yeah, it's a little
106.5.
smash burger.
Yeah.
The rest of Sonic's burgers are not cooked on the grill. They come in pre-cooked and they heat them up. These are cooked old-fashioned on the grill. And they're little, they're probably 3-ounce patties. For the triple, you get 3 of them. That's 9 ounces. There's a slice of cheese on each one, and sauce, and a pepper. Yep. Oh, it's so good. None of that is good for me. It's so good. I make sure to get the extra large tots. The 44 minutes.
God, it's slow.
Mhm.
You know, it's just an ironic term. It used to be, you know, when you went to Sonic, it was like,
Yep.
boom. I know.
Yeah.
Like Whataburger. What is their deal?
They don't cook anything until you order.
Shoot.
And that's why it's so good.
Well, it's good.
Well, like
It's
Champy's.
really slow.
Like Champy's fried chicken. They don't cook it till you order. So it's going to be 15 minutes before you get the fried chicken.
And then you can't eat it for another 10.
Yeah, it's hot.
And that's why we always say, tell them you want your appetizer and your chicken to come out at the same time. That way you can eat your appetizer while your chicken's cooked. They got this one little thing. It's so simple. They just take toothpicks and put it in skewers of like pepper jack and Colby jack and all that. And then they throw pepperoncini slices down there, and then they take other toothpicks and put it in like cubes of pepperoni and salami.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. But their other appetizer is Delta style tamales. Man, they are good. Mississippi Delta has its own tamale tradition. From prior to the Great Depression, white people could no longer be bothered to get in the field. They wanted jobs. So they brought in a lot of Mexican workers. We didn't have immigration laws. So when the stock market crashed, and white people said, okay, I guess I'll go back out in the field. The Mexicans go, no, we're good. And the owners went, yeah, they're doing this for a quarter, which y'all want to get paid. So that's when they made marijuana illegal, so they'd have a reason to deport them. It's the only reason marijuana was ever made illegal. They wanted a reason to deport the Mexican workers they brought in prior to the Great Depression.
Wow.
And when they were kicking them out of Mississippi, they said, oh, before you go, they got to arrest me for the tamale things. You know. And now, back then, all gas stations would have tamales.
Podcasts of your favorite FM Talk 1065 shows are waiting for you right now at fmtalk1065.com, and never miss a minute of the best in local talk when you subscribe to FM Talk 1065 on iTunes or Stitcher. Mike Bailey, Stuart Rebs Donald, devoted to the complete gastronomic experience.
A big butter and egg.
Mike and Stu on FM Talk 1065.
Alrighty, we're back. And
Mike, you will rue the day you brought up this subject. Yeah.
Stu, don't be rude. Don't be rude. So, if you haven't noticed, we've been talking about gumbo, and this is
Why is
National Gumbo Day.
or one of them?
Down here, it's every day.
Yeah. Huh?
Is there more than one?
There's more than one national day for anything.
Well,
There's about 8 cheeseburger days.
I didn't know that.
Anybody that wants to claim a national day can do it. So the shrimp, this is probably the oyster people that are doing it right now. And then when something else is comes in, they'll go, oh, it's crab season. It's National Gumbo Day.
What else goes in gumbo? So, it's National Crab Claw Day.
Yeah, it's National Flower Day.
There you go.
I was going to ask, you said oysters. Is there an oyster roux?
Well, not a roux, but
You put
oysters in gumbo.
Yeah, you put oysters in gumbo.
But I'm just curious. How could you make a roux with oyster?
Right, the
You
roux
wait
you
till
just
the thing's
make,
done and then add oysters.
well, roux you just make with flour and a fat,
Right.
like
Okay.
oil, or in
Yeah.
my case, I use
So like a fish
bacon
oil.
grease.
Yeah.
Okay. Just curious, my dad used to
Duck
love
fat.
oyster soup,
Yeah.
so maybe that was.
Oyster soup is a wonderful dish. It has three ingredients: milk, butter, and oysters.
Right.
And that's it.
Yep.
And then a little salt and pepper on top of it.
Put a little flour in there, then would that be considered
That would be
just a paste?
chowder. That would be a chowder.
Okay.
We were talking. Mike microwaves his roux. I tend to do mine traditionally. There is a better method than both of those.
Okay.
And that is roasting the flour with no fat in an oven. Gives you all.
I've seen that, and
Yeah.
I attempted that one time, and I did not have any
There's no reason.
great or just no success whatsoever.
There's no reason to attempt it because Zatarain sells it. The roux that's in the thing it's as authentic buying it from a store and adding it in as it is making yourself, because they have just taken care of the step of roasting the flour for you. And I'll tell you right now,
How do you?
gumbo put it on a sheet pan, put it in the oven. It's like 300 degrees.
Ah.
And every now and then you take it out. So just the same
With
technique, Mike.
water or something? But I mean.
No, just flour. You're roasting the flour. It toasts while it's in there. It's just bread that isn't cooked yet. With no
Okay.
water.
Billy Small Bacon said he's all covered up right now, covered up in bacon.
Oh,
I bet he's got a lot of grease,
that's sexy.
good fat he can make roux with.
He's a fat man.
He's all covered up.
Yeah.
No, Billy's not a fat man anymore because he
Right.
lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Oh, fat.
Yeah. PHAT.
There you
Yeah.
go.
But the roasting the flour, and if you've ever seen the Zatarans or Cajun Chef, the ready-made roux, that's what they've done is they've already toasted it for you, and they went ahead and seasoned it for you as well. Now there's two different ways to use a roux to thicken something. I bet Mike doesn't know the other. Okay, what you have to have one cold element and one hot element for it to work. You cannot add roux to hot water and it works. It turns into dumplings. It cooks as soon as you put it in.
Makes sense.
You can't have them both cold. Everything will clump up, but in a different way there. Traditionally, the roux is hot, and we add stock or water or whatever to it that's room temperature or cold.
Mhm.
That creates that temperature difference you need for it to mix properly. The other way to do it, and I have done a lot of soups this way, is I cook the whole soup, and then I get a already cooked roux. And you can also buy roux already cooked in a jar that's cooked the old-fashioned way.
I've seen that.
That those all work. They just took out the most boring step because there's no talent to making roux at all. All it takes is patience. It takes patience and attention to detail, not talent.
What I tell you about, gumbos can start
Yeah,
fights.
but no, it doesn't take any talent to make
Look on
roux.
your face said it
Yeah,
all.
yeah, Mike, there's no talent involved with what you've done.
It is the way I do.
No, it's not talent. It's attention to detail.
Oh, there's that.
That's different. Talent is creativity. It's just having a feel for it. You have a system. That's fine too. But it's not talent because you don't need talent to make a roux. You're just stirring for 45 minutes to 3 hours, depending on how much roux you're making. That's all it is. You're just standing and stirring. It's boring. It's not creative at all. It's not like searing a steak and the stuff you have to do that. It's just standing and stirring. It's boring. That's why I don't like making gumbo. It's boring. But so skip the part that doesn't take any talent and get your roux. If you struggle with roux, if it is an issue for you, it's not a talent thing. You're having trouble with the attention to detail, the patience, and that stuff, which is the boring part of doing anything, is the attention to detail part.
You know what they say about opinions, Mike?
Everybody's got one.
Yeah, but that's the thing, Mike. What you're calling talent has nothing to do with talent. Doesn't fit the definition. It takes no talent to put something in the microwave for 5 minutes, stir it, put it back in. That's not talent.
And if you spend 5
That
minutes studying
is
explaining why it's
attention.
not talent, it's still talent.
Right. There's talent is the opposite of what you're doing. Talent is all feel. You're doing a system,
Okay.
attention to detail. It's not. I'm not saying it's lesser. It's equal.
Okay.
It's equal, but they're the opposite.
Okay.
It's like a person who can read music perfectly, and a person who can only play by ear, they're coming out with the same result, but they're taking two different methods to get there. One's doing it on pure talent. The other one is doing it with attention to detail.
Okay.
Right.
I
It's
understand.
just,
I understand what you're saying.
yeah. Right. I'm not denigrating it. I'm saying it takes no talent to do it. It takes patience.
The method in the microwave
attention.
is a lot quicker than
Right.
Because I'm already got at competitions, I already got my roux done, and
Yeah.
they're over there still stirring the pot,
Right.
and my
Right,
part's
exactly.
already done.
Right. It took ingenuity.
Mhm.
All of that. It just didn't take talent.
But what it didn't do is save time.
Yeah, it does save time.
Right. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying the roux is the most boring part of making gumbo.
It probably is.
So skip it. Because I remember I did this cook-off. John Foltz was one of the judges, and it took us 4 hours to make our gumbo. 3 hours of it was stirring roux, and then you just dump everything else in, and that's boring.
Well,
and that's why we took shifts, being the person who was bored.
But you know yourself, the Dolphin Island Gumbo Festival.
Yeah.
You couldn't chop your vegetables ahead of time or anything.
Yeah.
It all had to be done right there. Now, all the other competitions I've been involved in had been that way.
Yeah.
I could bring my roux already made.
Yeah.
And see, and then I found out later, I said, well, that's not as challenging as you just bring all your ingredients and put them together and cook them.
But as a judge,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot better if you're judging a cook-off where they get to cook their roux beforehand. Because how many burnt roux have you had?
That's part of the competition.
Yeah, but I don't want to taste that.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
it's their fault.
As a judge, if you screw up, don't submit it. That's what you should do. If you burn your roux, just back out. Don't make me have to taste that. That's torture.
I've judged some too.
Yeah.
That were lightweight, and you can smell it when it's coming. You go,
Oh yeah.
When they get in the room, you go,
Yeah.
all
And
right, something here.
I did one
scorch one.
Yeah, I did one judge cook-off that we judged that we were given, and we had so many. We had like 37 gumbos to try and 4 judges. Which was just ridiculous.
I've been in.
And one of us would taste one and go, "Don't even taste number 4, just fail it," because we were getting so many back. Out of 37, there were 8 that you didn't want to spit out. There were only 3 or 4 that even tasted good.
Mm-hmm.
The ones you didn't want to spit out had so much water in them because they used the same recipe they do to make a gallon at home, but had to make 10 gallons with it. So it was just water.
Yeah.
They just kept adding water.
Yeah.
But coming back to the roux thing, the other way to do it is to take cold roux into a hot liquid. That's where your pre-cooked roux comes in. Have it refrigerated. Bring your gumbo to a boil. It's done like that. Then dump your roux in at the very end.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
You can put a gumbo together in 45 minutes. It tastes like you spent all day.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, there are tricks that professional chefs have come up with that will save you that time, that do not compromise the flavor at all. This ham base that you can get, and it's just ham stock that's boiled down to the point that it's like peanut butter. Then you add it to water, tastes every bit as good as having ham hocks in the water the whole time. Tastes just as good. It's a shortcut.
Yeah.
That does not compromise flavor. It does cost money though.
Doesn't everything.
Yeah, but there are shortcuts out there that do not compromise the quality at all. And as far as, well, the rules of gumbo say this, the rules of gumbo don't say anything. New Orleans, they are huge on this. You don't ever put sausage in seafood gumbo. Well, you're stupid. Sausage, pork, and shellfish are one of the best food combinations on the planet. And you're going to leave that out because of some stupid tradition? Keep in mind, most traditions are dumb, y'all. Mike, what's that number?
251-343-0106. Call in and get into the conversation here. Let's see if Stu says that you have no talent.
And you're calling in, they do. They have talent, they have their own shit.
I'm going to do birthdays and then come back.
All right.
As long as you're tipping,
To report a non-emergency crime, call the Mobile County Sheriff's Office at
Let's touch a little bit on pulled pork, too, so.
or use the online crime
Have it.
They pull pork day?
Yeah.
so.com/crime.
Why would they have to vote the same day? They don't have
They
anything to do with each other.
I know.
Pull pork day makes no sense at all.
FM Talk 106.5.
This isn't the day time of year I think pull pork.
Dr. Bill
I think
Williams.
it year round. I mean, I don't
I mean,
think
I want it year round.
ever eat pulled pork, but I do like it on pizza. Believe it or not, it's really good on pizza.
Or just with no sauce on it, it'd probably be good on there.
I don't eat sauce on barbecue. Hardly ever. I keep a little bit on the side to dip in, but like Shotgun up there, his ribs are so damn good. They don't need any sauce.
Great selection of handguns,
But I like
accessories,
sauce.
and gear.
I do too.
You'll find at Sabertooth Arms of Mobile, a local veteran-owned firearms store.
I love the people that come out with a,
on Government
they
Street
eat
and
barbecue
online
sauce in
at
Texas, y'all, where do you think it was
sabertooth.com.
invented?
Cash, Sabertooth
Yes, they
Arms.
do have barbecue sauce in Texas. They just don't put it on the barbecue.
October's the spookiest month
Well,
of
when
the
I
year.
place,
If you hear
I'll save
creepy
my,
noises in the
yeah,
attic,
I'll save my comments for when we come back and talk about it.
Proper thing to throw in pulled pork is cider vinegar,
food or shelter in your home.
straight.
You can give us a call. We
You
have a
gotta
team
mix
member
crap
out for a free home or business test inspection.
So
We can
Woods
build a
Barbecue
detailed
up in
plan that's just
Tennessee
right for you.
have a
We
bottle of
100%
cider vinegar on every
satisfaction
table.
guarantee. You can reach us at
I do not like it at first. Now I love it.
Exodus Marine
It's like,
Services
that
brings
ain't barbecue.
expertise maintenance directly to you on site and on your
Getting on to
schedule.
me or on to
Call
you?
to schedule your service or pre-purchase
Mhm.
inspection today. 406-0682. Exodus Marine Services, just one call away.
Hello again, friends. I'm Randy Bergen, inviting you to join me, Coach Rick Cleveland, and Coach Mark Lassiter for the Thompson Tractors Prep Sports Report. We'll be coming to you live from the Eastern Shore Toyota and Hyundai Studios for 2 hours, beginning at 8 a.m. every Saturday morning. We'll visit coaches, athletes, administrators, and more.
I played the bass at a pawn shop the
All
other
things
day,
prep
first
along
time
the Gulf
in years.
Coast and the state of Alabama.
And then went
Wake up with the
Nick
Prep
in the
Sports
face.
Report team this Saturday morning, starting at 8 a.m. right here on FM Talk 106.5.
Log in now for streaming shows, post bios, on-demand forecasts, local, national, and global news, plus interactive polls and blogs. Get all of it online now at fmtalk1065.com. For more than a decade, Sip and Chew with Mike and Stu on FM Talk 1065.
Hey, you know, that would be a good song for National Gumbo Day.
Yeah, we ought to remember that next year,
No,
whenever it rolls around.
Hey, I got a few birthdays here. Happy birthday to Jacqueline Bailey, no relation, Robinson. Do you know who that name is? You know who that?
Jackie
She is a founder.
The
and,
first,
no.
oh.
She is the founder and owner of Mobay Beignets and Baytown Burgers.
Both good places.
Both good places. Tell her happy birthday. I
That's a
saw
darn
her.
good burger.
Huh?
That's a darn.
It really is. And they serve beignets there too. What a combination.
They have a beignet burger, you know.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
But if you see her, tell her happy birthday. If I'd known Thursday night that it was going to be her birthday today, I would have said, because she judges too at the cheese real cheese meltdown competition. Also, if you happen to go to Callahan's, I think she's working today. Jenny Barnes' birthday is today. She works at Callahan's. Sweet girl. Her dad's a great musician too. I don't never see him playing anywhere anymore, but he's a great guy. But say happy birthday, Jenny. And our buddy Kevin Brooks, he had his birthday the other day. And National Day, as we mentioned, National Gumbo Day. But today is also National Pulled Pork Day.
Pulled pork, which makes no sense.
Sue said it in break. That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
And sure
I don't
enough,
think of October as pulled pork.
It's like one of them's going to overshadow the other.
Yeah.
I will say pulled pork. This about pulled pork. I do like pulled pork. It's great on pizza. Believe it or not, pulled pork, smoked pork on pizza is delicious.
Yeah.
No sauce. Maybe a tiny bit of sauce. I don't like sauce on my
just use the marinara.
There's a
It's on the pizza. Yeah. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
But I don't
Makes
like
more sense than
salsa.
pineapple.
I don't like salsa on my pulled pork or my any barbecue for that matter. I like it on the side. People who barbecue places who douse their barbecue in sauce, that tells me they're trying to hide something.
Or that they come from the school of thought that barbecue should always be doused in sauce.
Right.
Yeah.
And
there are lots of people like that don't want it if it doesn't have sauce.
And I'll go in and I'll order barbecue and I said no sauce on it. And
Sauce
during
on the
the,
side.
and then they'll show up with sauce on it. I said, no, I don't want sauce on my barbecue. I want it on the side. They look at me like, huh? And I'm no, I want to control how much I put on there.
I've never been to any place that was
Plus-
baffled when somebody said they wanted sauce on the side.
Plus, I want to be able to taste the meat to see how well they smoke that meat. And I can't tell if it's covered in barbecue.
Right, not covered in barbecue. Drizzle, okay with a drizzle, because then you get plain bites. You
I
get
want-
some with a little sauce.
I want some. But Steve, we got some callers over there.
Indeed, we got redneck Gaucher, or is it Gautier?
It's
Gaucher.
Gaucher.
I went to this when I did a show.
That town's still around?
Anyway, go ahead.
All right.
Have you run up to Wiggins lately? And what's going on in Wiggins, man?
I think the bypass. So yeah, I grew up in Goshen. I live in New York now. I've been up there about 20 years.
Oh, isn't that accent? That is not a New York accent.
No, yeah, they tell me I sound like a Yankee when I come down here. When up there, they tell me I sound like a redneck. So we just run with it.
You're not gonna win. Not gonna win. Just go with it. What you got?
I'm talking about shortcuts, you know.
Yeah.
And my grandma used to make roux medallions.
Yeah.
And what she'd do is she'd make the roux and get out the plastic, the wax paper, and drop 2 tablespoons and little dots on the paper, and then she put it in the freezer. And that's, I think she may be keeping about a week or two, much longer than that. So if she want to make a cup of roux gumbo, she want to make a pot of gumbo, she just grabs as many medallions as she needs.
Yeah.
Make it split.
And for all you purists, she's already put the work in. She just did it ahead of time.
Yeah. But
That took talent.
What's that?
So I've been up in New York now, so I just happened to be down here visiting family for Songwriter Festival and cruising the coast, and I stumbled across y'all, and I'm so glad. So I've been for the past 15 years. I got a show called Gumbo Yaya Radio Show in New York.
Oh wow!
Dose of the Coast.
Dose of the Coast.
Oh, I like it. And you're the mouth of the South?
Well, yeah, you reckon.
All right. Hey, you know where we are on Facebook, right?
I'm going to find you.
Yeah, it's just Sip and Chew with Mike and Stu on Facebook. Hit us a message. We'll schedule it, and we'll have you come on sometime in the future, maybe around Christmas time, because that's you know how that is down here. Thanksgiving, Christmas, you expect to come up. And answer me this, man. Did you ever go to Dee's game room and punch that punching machine?
Oh, come on, man.
I pegged that mug out one night, man. Nobody wanted to mess with me. I maxed it out. Everybody freaked out. I went to Perkins.
Oh, okay. I went to Christian in Ocean Springs.
Yeah, I went up to Perkins and had a bunch of buddies that were from Gaucher and Pascagoula or Gula.
So you swimming, huh?
Yeah.
So what's the name of your radio show again? Your show?
It's easy. Y'all know what a gumbo yaya is.
Yeah, dude. Yes.
Gumbo rice.
Just add radio show to it.
Okay.
Gumbo
Awesome.
Yaya Radio. I like it, brother. Appreciate you calling in, man. And we'll have to.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I love food, man. That's my show. It's all about food and music. And because I studied culinary arts, I had a restaurant up in New York for a while, and then now I'm professionally unemployed.
I love it.
All right.
I love it, man.
That's about what I'm aiming for one day.
Yeah, same here. All right, Redneck from Gaucher.
You know what the secret is?
What's that?
It's a Yankee pride with a job, but you can't come back home.
All right, buddy. We sure appreciate it.
All right, buddy.
Much fun.
Yeah. You got another one for us, Steve?
Yeah, Jarhead, go ahead.
Uh-oh, Jarhead. I know I'm in trouble now.
Yeah, well, y'all been talking about roux, but I got a sandwich that's just going to ruin you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was fooling around with some stuff that I had left over from breakfast one day, and I decided I was going to make a grilled cheese sandwich. So what you need is 4 strips of bacon, semi-crunchy, and 2 pieces of Conecuh smoked sausage, cut long ways. Go ahead and put your butter on your bread. You throw it in there. You throw your slice of cheese in. Put 4 slices of bacon on there. Put you some them 4 pieces of Kaneka on there. Another slice of cheese, and you top it off with another piece of buttered bread, and you just make a grilled cheese sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And I call this thing an orgasm. When you bite into it, you're gonna go, "Oh my God, that is good."
You gonna try and put a ring on it?
Well, it'll put a ring on you.
I have done did it on Studio 10 one time. I did an ALT, an andouille lettuce and tomato sandwich. And I got the Halls andouille, which I can't wait to get Halls back. But I would take it like you're talking about, and I sliced it lengthwise so that it looked like strips of bacon. Is that what you're talking about with your Kaneka?
Exactly.
Yeah. And then you can get that crispy, or it'll curl up like a pigtail, like Mike's pigtail. And I've done that with sausage before too. It's a real neat way to cook sausage.
Well, and the thing about it, the Awful Waffle tried to copy the bacon grilled cheese at one time, and for some reason they don't have it no more, and I don't know why, because just a plain old bacon grilled cheese sandwich is great. But
just ask.
You throw that Kaneka sausage in there with it, and oh dear Lord.
Yeah, they'll still do a lot of that stuff. You just got to ask. It went secret menu. They still make omelets, but they're not on the menu.
Well, they make a lot of stuff that's not on the menu, and the prices have about doubled on everything that they got nowadays. So,
well, that's because the price of everything they used. That's because the price of everything it takes to make it is doubled.
It has.
Does the price of hash browns actually double?
Probably. With this economy, everything's expensive.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. I know. Reason I don't compete in gumbo competition anymore. I can't afford the seafood.
Yeah,
it's just outrageous.
Yeah.
Right now.
Well, now somebody, a young lady at work told me about a gumbo that she made the other day, and she actually put swamp rat in there, Nutra.
Yeah, I've heard of Nutria chili in Louisiana before.
And they say it tastes like deer meat, but it's a little bit more gamier. Well, I'm not so sure I want to try the Nutria gumbo.
Yeah, it's one of those things that if I'm starving, I'm not going to hesitate, but I'm not going to go out of my way to eat a giant rat.
I put a recipe on the foodie page and on my page. It's a squirrel gumbo, and it's even got okra in it.
Yeah, that squirrel gumbo is probably way more accurate than seafood gumbo is. It was not a seafood dish originally. It was usually made with wild birds that would have tasted to us very similar to chicken.
Well, I do love me some fried squirrel and fried rabbit.
Whew, tell me about it.
Big old cat head biscuits.
Oh man, nothing makes better gravy than wild game. The venison, the quail gravy is so.
I love quail.
Yeah,
I love quail.
now we're gonna go outside and shoot some animals when we get done, aren't we? Like,
what if you could?
All right, guys. Well, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep on listening, and y'all keep on talking about some good food.
All right, Jarhead, appreciate it, brother.
You know, when I was at John Folse's a couple of years ago with David Hubble and
name dropper.
And we were having a great time eating wild animals.
Yeah.
It got me thinking. I come back and I'm out in the Rouse's parking lot and I see all those seagulls out there, and they're pretty.
I'll tell you what gets me.
They got some pretty big chests, and I mean that's got to be a lot of meat on that bird.
I'll tell you what gets me is seeing pigeons. That's squab. You've heard of roast squab under glass? That's a pigeon. We got delicious food flying around the buildings in downtown Mobile.
I don't know. Have you seen their claws in the last decade?
You don't eat the claws.
Well, they got something going on. They're losing their claws.
Oh, well, that makes them easier to eat.
They can't sit on the edge of the building anymore and poop on people when they walk by.
Yeah.
But
no matter how much they got it coming.
But the pigeons, I mean, I'm thinking, if you're hungry, do people talk about, I'm so hungry that I could eat a pine cone? Look, I'm going to eat a pigeon before I'm going to eat a pine cone.
Yeah, no kidding. Squirrel.
Squirrel, yeah.
I will put peanut butter on the pine cone and sprinkle some bird seed on it, and then I will eat whatever comes to eat that off of the pine cone.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind, like, small game that we're not allowed to keep
Mhm.
now for understanding in a poverty situation. 25.5 inch long bass will save your life just as much as 1.5 pound bass. You just make a soup with it.
Yeah.
Just throw the whole fish in there, or a bunch of tiny little parakeets or something.
Did you see the guy who was arrested just the other day for eating he killed and ate his 2 peacocks?
So why they arrested him for that?
He got in a fight with a neighbor or something like that.
Oh, so it was unrelated to eating the peacocks?
So he killed his peacocks and ate them. I wonder if they were good.
What if they were the neighbor's peacocks?
That'd be better.
Yeah. 251-343. When we get back, Mike's going to tell us about grilled cheese sandwiches.
And wine.
There you go. What wine to pair with your grilled cheese sandwich?
And peacock.
For more than 50 years, Mobile Bay Magazine has showcased
I went and sat around about 3 hours with an old elementary school friend of mine the other day, and we both went to Glendale and Pritchard's down in the building Sunday there. But we always grew up in Pritchard Park. And he sent me an article that some guy posted on AL.com back in 2001. And he was talking about growing up in Pritchard Park. And I was reading that article and I said, man, this guy could have been me. It described everything I described, like the lion, the monkey smoking cigarettes, cigars, the alligator, and the little.
Is that a racist thing?
So, but what I hated about I love the experience going up there and spending every day of the summer there and then weekends. But the peacocks, I couldn't stand. They were fast. Those bitches were fast. And those things would chase us. And I hate, to this day, I hate peacocks.
What's on the farm
And
this week? What are you
M&J
harvesting
Wines,
right
they
now?
had peacocks on their farm up in Alberta. And I'd sit there and throw rocks at them still. Say, get away from me. But he was talking about the same thing. He said, man, these some bitches,
Also,
I can't
egg
stand
prices are
peacock.
dropping.
And then that article comes out about the guy killing his peacocks and eating them. And I'm going, well, you know, they're kind of like
Gulf
turkeys.
Coast fall starts
They
to set
throw
in.
their tails out like
Multicolored
that.
moms,
I wonder
and
if
these
they
are
taste
locally
like that.
grown, but they look great, and you have all kinds
And
of
you saw that
pumpkins too.
cookbook.
What does peacock taste like?
Wow.
Really pretty. We got
A mix of turkey and pheasant.
all sides, and we also have.
There you go.
Yep. Rich, gamey, and earthy flavor.
My rich neighbor down.
More flavorful
You
than
can
chicken.
cook peacock, which was once a delicacy for the wealthy and is still even eaten today, though it's rare.
It's
expensive,
the
and
Allegri
best
Farm
cooked
Market
like
in
a
Dabney, and that's
king
what's
bird.
on the farm this week.
My neighbor had a yard of them down the street from me, and they would, when they were during mate season, they'd get top of trees and go, oh, they'd yell. Oh, they really do.
They got lean, dry,
With this
slow
deeper
cooked,
understanding,
moist
you can begin
methods,
to access
braising,
healthcare
or
customized to your needs
confit
and
with
choose
that.
treatments and medications
What was
based on
that
your
guy's
individual
name for
factors.
Go
There is
Day?
no
Confit.
cost to join or participate.
Confident
To get
feet.
started, visit
Cold
Catalyst
feet
by
means to cook something
southernresearch.org.
in
That's
its own
Catalyst by
oil, then a
southernresearch.org.
looser
Sponsored by
interpretation
Southern
means to
Research,
cook it
ABA,
in
and
an
this station.
oil.
Tom
It's like
Claxton
onions
and
don't
Carol
have their own
Walters,
oil,
a
so you
couple
cook
of
those in
old
like
Marines
olive
getting a
oil
little
at a
weekday
real
R&R
low temperature,
refuge
like
to
250
stimulate your
degrees for
senses.
several hours.
People are
It gets
aroused.
very
I haven't
soft
seen
and
people
delicious
so aroused in a
horrible
very,
for
very
you.
long
Man,
time.
it's
The
just
Scuttlebutt Network radio
Don't cold feet
program
being the most
every
popular
Wednesday
thing.
night from 8 till 9 p.m. on FM Talk 106.5. Your voice of the veterans for the veterans. Tune in, sound off, and sound off like you got a pair. Hoorah! They are the dynamic duo of dining. Sip and chew with Mike and Stu. Call 343-0106. Now back to Mike and Stu.
Well, folks, I know you're sitting at home and wondering, you know, they've talked about all these delicious recipes with gumbo and pulled pork, but I gotta know what wines go well with gumbo.
beer.
Don't I do like beer. I do like my beer with my gumbo.
I got a tip, quick tip.
Yeah.
Thought.
Thought.
Okay. So upcoming Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
gumbo, kind of a scary looking dish, right?
Kind of.
You're out
Can be
there-
scary for some people.
Yeah, you look. It looks
Especially
like
if you're allergic to seafood.
It looks like all sorts of parts of stuff are in it.
It
So you
is.
serve, gumbo. So Halloween tip: Write free beer on a cooler with a fake snake tied to the lid. Sit back and enjoy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
what wines?
I'm going to say, just like, gumbo has a lot of flavor and seasoning in it.
Mhm.
A lot of it. You need something to kind of settle that and enhance the spice, the flavor of the spice. But I would go with a dry Riesling or Gewürztraminer, just like Thanksgiving, because you can harness those flavors and just it enhances those flavors a lot more.
You said a Gewürztraminer?
Gewürztraminer.
Okay.
It's G-U-W, but they pronounce it Gewürz,
Because it's
Gewürztraminer.
German, not English.
Absolutely.
Don't use their V's.
Absolutely. But they say it that way in France too. But
Because they speak German.
that's right. They're on the border.
People in Europe are not monolingual. They speak
Yeah.
more than one language.
Absolutely. But yeah, a dry Riesling or Gewürztraminer. I would also put a light Pinot Noir, probably from Sonoma Valley, Russian River area. Theirs tend to be a little lighter, not as heavy as like Oregon or French Burgundian, but a light Pinot Noir. I would put a Beaujolais with it. If you can find a Beaujolais around, something like that, a Nouveau Beaujolais.
I was going to say, wait 2 weeks.
Yeah, and you can't drink Beaujolais longer than just that period that it's released. They do
Like it would last with you.
Well, there is that. But
Anyway,
anyway,
I've still got a bottle of sparkling you gave me for Christmas 2 years ago.
that's all. Okay.
Yeah, it's just
Just
waiting.
don't let it get hot.
Nope, just wait. No, it's in a cool.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just waiting for a need.
There you go.
I mean, just
Right.
sitting at home drinking a bottle of champagne by myself is pretty depressing.
There is a 1-800 number you can call. Oh, anyway, but I would also put a Petit Syrah or a Zinfandel to pick up the spices more. And if you want to, get a little zestier and singier, those items is what I suggest. Pulled pork, get a heavy Pinot Noir.
I was about to say, I want something rich
Yeah.
and red.
Get a heavy Pinot Noir.
Merlot?
Get a Malbec.
Malbec would
Oh
be
my God,
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Big
I think a Merlot would be nice.
it kept from Washington State.
Or a big, bold Cabernet.
I would bring a Washington State, and Washington State makes a heck of a cabs now too.
Yeah. I went ahead and tried it. I love
But
Cabernet.
I love my wines, particularly Old Vine Zinfandel from
Ooh,
the Lodi region of California or the Paso Robles. So those areas right there. But anyway, that's my suggestions.
Now,
For
you
what it's worth.
attended, we want to hit on this before we go, the grilled cheese.
I did.
What would you want? What would you pair with grilled cheese?
Nothing.
Depends on the
We
cheese,
had
wouldn't it?
like a peanut butter and jelly grilled cheese. It was like a
Cream cheese?
a cream cheese in it.
Yeah.
And then they had
So basically a
like
fluffernutter.
strawberry strawberry preserve with balsamic vinegar on top, and then
That
the
will keep
peanut
it from
butter.
being too sweet as well.
But they all had to have something crunchy in them. Every one of them had to have something crunchy. We got bacon in a few. We got we got pork rinds in a few, and one of them like took my back tooth out,
Yeah.
but because I had a hard piece of it. But I love pork rind.
If I were going to use a pork rind or something like that, I would go to a Mexican market
Mhm.
or the butcher shop there in Robertsdale. Help me out.
Farm
Yeah,
Farm Fresh.
Yeah, where they do the whole giant pieces of pork rind. I'm sure Steve knows what I'm talking about from going to Mercados out in the Midwest. There is no chance you're going to get a piece of one of those that will crunch your tooth. Those are the best pork
Oh, I
rinds.
gotta try that.
Yeah, and it like the ones I used to get in Nashville, it would be one pork rind, Mike.
That's
Yeah, it was the whole side of pork off the pig. And it would be one pork rind that you could probably gnaw on for 3 or 4 days, light and flaky. Quick story, eating one of those at a buddy's. They're so light and flaky, my throat closes off to keep the dust out.
Wow.
So now I'm suffocating. My buddy is laughing his head off, pounding on the floor at me, turning red, about to pass out. There's a cup on the floor. It has Dr. Pepper in it. that is old enough, it's growing something on top.
Mhm.
My options are now suffocate or drink what's in that cup. I'm sitting here, ain't I? I drank what was in that cup.
That penicillin helped out.
And I finally, after 2 or 3 minutes, I'm breathing enough to be able to tell my buddy Jerry, you don't need to call an ambulance. And he's laughing the whole time. He goes, just so you know, dude, I was going to call Vanderbilt Hospital and ride with you in the ambulance. But, dude, a chicharrones almost killed you. And he goes, I'd have been laughing all the way to Vanderbilt Hospital, too.
Yeah. I can see where that'd be fun.
Yeah. For him. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But
your
that's
expense.
but that does demonstrate to
He
you
just wanted to ride.
how
an
light
ambulance.
and airy those
Yeah.
pork skins are.
Mhm.
It's like eating a
I got-
beignet. Do not inhale while taking a
I
bite.
gotta stop. I've got a Mexican restaurant on 181 in Daphne that they sell bagfuls of them.
Yeah,
They make
yeah, that's how we
some
used to.
there.
Yeah, there's probably only 2 or 3 pork rinds in there. They're just really big.
Well, no, these are already cut up, but
Oh, okay.
I want to try one of those.
Yeah,
Now that I know about it,
yeah.
I'm gonna
Just
do
try.
it.
That's
where
Farm
Aaron-
Fresh will put it on Facebook when they're doing,
That's when Aaron.
and they don't last long.
I'll send Aaron a message and see
Yeah.
when they're going to do them again.
Yeah, because I was doing some work over in Loxley a few years ago. We were working on a kitchen, and I took a break and went down to Robertsdale or Summerdale, wherever LA Barbecue is.
Mhm.
We had that. I look on Facebook when we're coming back through Robertsdale and says, we just got a batch of fresh pork rinds out. They won't last long. And I said, dude, in 2 blocks, you're going to take a left at this place. And we went in and got a bag, and my friend's like, holy cow. I said, yeah, these are light years better than any pork rinds you'll ever have.
Wow.
They are unbelievable.
What I find is these little things, like that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Most of these,
Yeah.
bagged in your.
Well,
Yeah. And
convenience
those are meant for
stores.
cooking with.
Over on the
Yeah.
popcorn aisle, you never know if they're on the popcorn aisle or
Oh, the
they're
microwavable ones are pretty good.
the
too.
microwavable. I've always tried the microwavable.
You can
pork
always
rinds.
chip a tooth on one of those.
You
too.
can, but I first had them at Patches Lounge, and then I found them in the store. Sometimes they're in the chip aisle next to the big containers of pork rinds or the bag of pork rinds, or they're on the popcorn aisle. You just
With
got to look at
microwave
both.
popcorn. Yeah.
Yeah, the microwave pork rinds are
Oh,
awesome,
really good.
and they're still popping. And if you
Yeah.
ever go to the MRB Muddy River Bottom bar over in the French Quarter, they serve them, and they got a dipping sauce with aioli. They serve with them.
Cochon in New Orleans.
Mhm.
Donald
I could
Gleason
imagine.
Pork Centric
I bet.
Restaurant. They have a dessert with pork rinds where you dunk them in the chocolate.
Folks, get out there, support local, be local, buy local.
And dunk
Tip
your
your
pork
service.
rinds in provolone.
I was set up. Bye, y'all.
Yeah.
This is my shirt. I was at the thing the other night, grilled cheese.